Peace. What's the word? What's happening, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Monday thus far. Give y'all about 3 to 5 minutes to tap in with the kid before we start diving into this subject matter, man. So let me know how y'all living and feeling on this wonderful Monday. Hopefully, y'all got about 45 minutes to an hour to chop it up and build with the kid. Y'all see the subject matter, man. We talking about how to grieve or how to just cope with the loss of a loved one. You know, as you get older, man, you're gonna lose more people in your life, man. So this is something that we need to learn how to deal with. And a lot of people don't know how to deal with losing someone that's special to them. So I just want to chop it up and add my 2 cents to the subject matter, man. And hopefully you take away a jewel from this, and hopefully it helps you cope with the loss of a loved one. Like I said, man, the longer we live, the more we gonna lose people. So this is something that we must master. This is something that we definitely must master. We must come to grips with the fact that we just gonna lose people that's close to us, especially when you taking care of yourself and you plan to live a long life. Unfortunately, you're gonna have a lot of people around you that don't dedicate themselves to that same lifestyle. So they're not striving for longevity. So when you got people around you that's not striving for that longevity, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Life gonna take them out the game. So you got to learn how to just cope with it and accept it. Anais, peace. What's happening, Queen? What's the word? Emmanuel, peace. What's happening? What's the word? How we living and feeling on this wonderful Monday? Devin, peace. What's happening? Anais, and hey, that's where I'm at with it. I've already planted the seed in my mind that I plan on outliving a lot of folk. And everybody that's older than me in my family, I gotta outlive them. I'm supposed to outlive them. So hey, it is what it is. But I plan on outliving a lot of folk. So hey, I have accepted that reality. So it's gonna be some people that, we just I'm gonna have to bury them. So I've accepted this long time ago. And when I'm analyzing the people around me, when I'm analyzing their lifestyles, it's like you got certain friends and family members that it doesn't surprise you when they tap out early. Because you just analyzing their lifestyle. Like for real, it's real in the field, man. Unfortunately, some deaths don't surprise me. Of course, like when it's something that's tragic, car accident or something like that, then it's like, man, that's messed up, man. But for the most part, man, when a lot of people make bad choices, and those bad choices, man, be taking them out the game. And you didn't plant it, especially when you didn't planted the seed several times to where, man, you need to make some changes, man. You need to do X, Y, and Z, and they just don't take you up on that offer. Southside, peace, what's happening? My brother Antonio, what's happening? Hey, for sure. I keep tank tops on deck. But yeah, man, I would consider myself someone who I handle death and stuff like that pretty well. I've lost a lot of close family members. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I handle it very well. Because and I actually had a conversation yesterday on the spot. Peace, what's happening? I actually was having a conversation, or my mom's was talk yesterday. My mom's was talking to me and my brother, and she pretty much was asking us, how do we grieve? Because we didn't lost grandmother, close cousins and things like that. And we like the only ones that never really break down. Now that don't mean we don't feel some type of way about it. In our society, we have associated crying with the only way to show some form of emotion. To where like if you don't cry, all of a sudden you lack emotion. It's like, nah, I don't cry, but that don't mean I don't feel some type of way about losing said individual. Crying is just not something I do, and it's not me trying to be tough. It's not me trying to be strong. Crying is just not a way that I showcase my emotions. It doesn't come to me like crying doesn't come natural to me. When I see someone has passed, it doesn't like my mind doesn't go straight to, oh, I need to shed a tear. For other people, that's what they do. My mind doesn't go there. I start to analyze a lot of things when I start to lose people. But I accept it. Automatically I accept the fact that, hey, can't bring this person back. This person has passed on. And what they say about energy. Energy can't be created nor destroyed. It just changes forms or it just transforms. So it's like I start to look at life like that. Of course, I don't deal with any afterlife theory and things like that. You know, we say you go back into the essence. The same particles that make up the human body exist within the universe. So it's like boom, when you pass, those same particles just go back into the universe to keep the cycle of life going. You know, so when I view something like that, man, it's hard to feel sad about that, man. You know, hey, death is a part of life. Life is a part of death. Things like that, man. It's a yin and yang. They need each other. They need each other. They need each other. You know what I mean? I don't see, like, I view death like I've always talked about it. I view death a lot differently than most people. You know, I'm not necessarily saddened by it. A lot of times I don't even care, you know, whichever way the person goes, like I'm still not saddened by it. You know, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I gotta keep it pushing. Life goes on. You know, the person that passed, hey, for the most part, they wouldn't want me walking around moping, being sad, not being productive, pushing forward with life, you know. So I keep it going. That person is living vicariously through me via memories and things like that, you know. So I always say we settle on the best part, keep the best part preserved for self. That's what I do. You know, if I got memories with a person, if I got good memories with a person, I keep the best parts preserved for self. I settle on that. I settle on that. But one thing I always do is I accept the fact that person, they are gone. They are gone. I gotta accept that fact. A lot of people have trouble accepting that first fact that this person is gone physically. In the physical realm, you cannot bring this person back. A lot of people have a problem with that step right there. So that's the first thing, that's the first seed that I plant. This person has passed, cannot bring this person back in the physical. I accept that immediately. You know, and that helps me move forward rather quickly because I accept that instantly. You know, I'm never in denial. Once it happens, I accept it instantly. Person has passed, okay, can't bring them back. I get on with that instantly. Instantly. The last thing I'm about to do is be in denial, like, hey, this person ain't, no. This person is passed. I gotta accept that. Gotta accept it. Gotta accept it. That's crucial. Lindell, peace, what's happening? Devin, what you say? We don't value life as much as we value death. I'm 24 and intend on living a long life. Never too early in life to be healthy physically and mentally. Oh, for sure. You know, for sure. For sure. It's never too late. I tell people that all the time, man, it's never too late. If you get started at 60, that's cool. You know, you still a young bull. 60, man, you still got a long life to live if you play your cards right. You know, so hey, it's definitely never too late. But again, we live in America, you know, Western society. We look at 60, 70, 80 and be like, that's old. Like, you old. Like, nah, no. You could be 80 and still have a good 30 years, a good 30 left in you if you play your cards right. All South Sac for sure. Hey, Anais, there you go. You know, and I know a lot of people like that. I know a lot of people like that for sure. You know, all Lindell, man. Hey, you say, why is it that so many are afraid of the dead when it's the living you have to worry about, man? Because people not living. You know, people are afraid. People are afraid to live. People are afraid to live, man. Like flat out. That's why we gravitate towards everything that brings us death. People are afraid to live for whatever reason. You know, a lot of it is programming and conditioning, but people are simply afraid to live. Notice everything that the masses gravitate towards. It promotes death. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they gravitate. It gravitates towards death because they're afraid to live. Boom, peace. What's happening, man? Everything is good, man. Everything is peace. But nice, you got it. Chris, what's happening? Peace. What's the word? Yeah, nice, you got it. Sylvetta, peace. What's happening, sister? What's the word? You know, and I always take death as an opportunity to examine and evaluate my life. You know, especially if the person passed via some type of ailment or disease or things like that, man. I take that as an opportunity. You know, when people around me start passing of heart attacks and strokes, man, I got to analyze my life and make sure I'm still on point. You know, I take that stuff seriously, man. That's a time for me to reflect, look in the mirror like, man, bro was young and died of this stroke or this heart attack. Man, am I doing everything that I could be doing to prevent this? You know, so I'll be looking at situations as an opportunity to evaluate myself, see what I'm doing, making sure I'm staying on point. You know, for real. Like that's what I started doing, man. Make sure I'm on point. Like, man, all right, man, dude was 35, had a stroke, man. That's close to my age, man. Let me make sure I'm on point. You know, let me tap in, make sure I ain't on a borderline stroke level. You know, let me clean up this regimen a little bit. You know, let me incorporate more fruits, more veggies. You just make sure I'm doing what I need to do, man, because again, it's longevity. You know, I can have a message all day long, but if I'm not around to push that message, then what's the point? You know, I'm not ready to die. I'm ready to live with this message. You know, I'm ready to live. I'm ready to live a long life and push the message that I'm pushing. I don't want to be one of the ones that we got to die for the message to be heard. Like, nah, I'm gonna live long enough to see this through. You know, and we need more brothers on that type of time. We need more sisters on that type of time. We always talk about being ready to die for a cause, being ready to die for something. What about being ready to live for it? Are you ready to live for your cause? You know, forget all that ready to die talk. No, are you ready to live for your cause? Are you ready to live for this message? You know, we got to be around, you know, so that our stuff doesn't get compromised. You know, our stories get compromised. Like that's how they get hold of our stories and compromise them. You know, when we not living long enough to make sure the story is told correctly. You know, when we pass now, we leave that up to somebody else, a secondhand source, a third-hand source, and all of that. You know, so we got to live long enough to allow the message to be told or the story to be told correctly. Moni, peace, what's happening? Like for real. We got to strive to live, man. You know, and that's why I despise when I look at family members or people that I know, you know, when I analyze some of their habits and I just know what that habit can lead to. I hate seeing it sometimes, man. Hate seeing it. I hate watching family members eat certain foods knowing they got 1,000 conditions. I'm like, man, it's just a matter of time, fam. It's a matter of time, man. You on 10, 15 different medications and you still eating the swine. It's only a matter of time at that point, unfortunately. You know, so I didn't have, like, I be having to, you know, I be having to detach from a lot, man, because again, I'm already knowing what this stuff can lead to. So when I'm watching somebody that got all these ailments, you know, high blood pressure and things like that, high cholesterol, and I'm seeing that they not making any dietary changes, it's like, man, I know what comes with that. So when something happens, you know, I'm not surprised sometimes, man, when it comes to that type of stuff, man. Beast by Bless on out. Peace, what's happening? You don't want anything to happen, man, but I'm not about to invest emotional energy in a person that's choosing destruction. I'm not going to do that. When you know you shouldn't be doing something, you know you already what they call a high risk individual, and you still consuming all this food that promotes death, it's like, man, at that point, you choosing that reality. So I'm going to disconnect emotionally from that person. You know, they knew what they were doing. They knew they were not supposed to be indulging in some of these foods. They knew they weren't supposed to be indulging in some of these environments, atmospheres, and things like that. And they were still deciding to do it anyway. All right, then. You know, you choose a certain lifestyle, then you got to deal with the consequences that come with the lifestyle. You know, and certain foods lead to certain consequences. Certain environments lead to certain consequences. Dealing with certain people leads to certain consequences, man. So when you drop a jewel on a person and tell them, man, you need to stay away from such and such, you need to stay away from that type of crowd, and they choosing to deal with that crowd anyway, it's like, all right, man, you choosing that. You choosing your reality. You choosing that reality, man. You know? Clocks in, what's happening? Black DeVille, peace, what's happening? Hey, cutting people loose, man, we got to do it. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but it must be done, man, especially if that person is bringing you down and could potentially lead to self-destruction or destruction in general. Got to cut that person loose, for real. Got to do what's best for you. The real piece, what's happening? Tony, what's happening? You say you recommended the whole food plant-based diet, but they decided to try keto. And that's crazy. I got a book right here. the Complete Idiot's Guide to Plant-Based Nutrition. And it talks about how adopting a whole food plant-based diet can prevent and reverse pretty much every ailment. But again, they have popularized the keto lifestyle, and man, the keto is not the way to go for long-term purposes at all, especially when it comes to somebody trying to fight an ailment. Tony, I don't know what ailment the person is fighting, but man, keto is definitely not the way to go to like fight an ailment. If anything, keto is only beneficial to lose weight, and that only gonna last a minute. Yeah, you're gonna lose the weight initially with the keto, but you're gonna put that weight right back on, because keto is not something that's sustainable long term for the most part. Misha, you say, I'm watching a aunt, right? I'm watching an aunt now that has cancer, but I tried to help for years to get healthy, but she wouldn't listen. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Man, listen, it's a lot of people in my life that I tried to put on, that just didn't take heed. And it's like the worst thing you can do, like I say, is better to take preventative measures than to try to reverse something. By the time you already got the disease, man, it's hard, especially with the type of lifestyle that we have to live in America, man. Like, you almost got to have perfect conditions and circumstances to reverse some of these ailments, man. Like, you got to have perfect circumstances to reverse some of these ailments, man. It's hard. So it's best to take preventative measures. But what do? Especially Black folks. We like to wait until we hit with the ailment. And not only that, we like to wait when the ailment is years in or months in to try to think about, consider making changes. Man, we got to stop doing that. Like I didn't wait. The moment I came across this information that it made sense, I say, oh, let me go ahead and make some changes. Let me go ahead and change some things up. The moment I came across the information, I take heed to that. I'm like, I came across this information. I came across the book, How to Eat to Live, for a reason. I came across the 1 meal a day for a reason. I came across fasting for a reason. I didn't just come across it to ignore it. So I told a client the other day, I told one of my clients, man, y'all better utilize me as a resource. I say, look, you could have went to any other trainer. Most other trainers going to tell you that you need to eat meat. Most other trainers going to say the complete opposite of what I'm saying. So I'm like, man, you came to me for a reason. You came to the trainer that is a vegan. You came to a trainer that's going to tell you about the alkaline lifestyle. That's going, you know what I'm saying? It's going to tell you about fasting for a reason. Take heed to that and use your resources. Don't sleep on what I have to offer in that regard. Don't ignore it. I had to tell a client that, fam, like you came across me for a reason. Like, I'm talking about fasting. I'm not talking about it just for you to ignore it. Fam, it's a reason why you came to the trainer that talks about fasting. That's an advocate of fasting. It's a reason. Clocks in, man. I know plenty of people, that lose themselves after they lose a person. We can't do that, man. We can't go out like that. We got to become stronger, fam. Like, that's what we have to do. Yeah, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's never easy. But that's what must be done, man. Life in and of itself is not easy. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean, that don't mean much. I like a challenge. I like for things to be complicated and difficult. It makes it that much better when you start succeeding and accomplishing things. Moni, for sure. Man, I'm trying to tell you. And we deal with high blood pressure, high cholesterol a lot, and your blood pressure can be rising for a lot of different reasons. Your blood pressure can be elevated for a lot of different reasons. And man, I'm trying to tell you, the people that you deal with in life could be a major the work you do. That's why I tell people, man, we got to choose our career fields wisely. You could be doing work for a living that's causing your blood pressure to be elevated. you know, and then on top of your blood pressure being elevated due to your work, that work that you're doing is so stressful, it's causing you to eat the wrong foods. So that's just a double negative, man. You know, so you got to make sure you are choosing a career field that's not killing you. You know, a lot of times, man, we doing work, man, we working like slaves, and we not being fairly compensated for it. Man, that ain't cool. You know, so I'm gonna choose the work that's less stressful. I'm gonna choose the work that's more meaningful and that's adding to my sanity. I'm not about to be working like a slave, man, and stressing out, and I'm not eating right and it's killing me. I ain't doing that, because these corporations and these jobs don't care about you when you're gone. So nah, I'm gonna choose something that's adding on to my peace and sanity. That's how I'm gonna earn my living. You know, I'm gonna do something that I enjoy. I'm gonna do something that brings me peace. For real. I'm not about to be having high blood pressure because of a job. Nah, I'm not about to be having high blood pressure because of a person in my life. Man, you about to be removed, and this job about to be removed. I'm good on that. I ain't about to force myself to be around people, to be around an environment that's causing my health to decline. Emphatically, no. Hey, Lindell, that's a big cause for all of that. You know, big cause. And we fall off from time to time, you know, especially with the exercising. And mind you, man, I done had a lot of losses over the years, a ton of them. You know, but one thing I'm staying committed to is working out and eating right. I'm rarely slipping up in that regards, man. Rarely. I gotta stay with it, man, because hey, that's one of the reasons why a lot of my people are dropping. I ain't going. Like, I ain't going. I made that promise and that vow to myself. I am not going. It's not happening. Beast by bless, man, for sure. That, man, my sanity and my peace means more to me than anything else. I don't care about how much this job is paying me. If I'm stressed out, I'm not gonna live long enough to reap the benefits, man. So I'm not about to let this job. I didn't watch people allow careers or jobs or industries to kill them. I have watched that. I've seen that happen. I ain't going like that. I ain't going. It ain't about to happen. It ain't that deep to me. I'm not about to allow a job to kill me. I'm not about to allow a career to kill me. Fam, I've seen it. Tony, oh man, for sure. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's definitely what's gonna happen with the keto. Man, the keto, man, I can't stand that regimen. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the main things that the keto pushers push on you is the high protein. Man, we don't understand how detrimental excess protein can be, especially excess animal protein. Very detrimental. Man, that could tear your kidneys up, lead to kidney stones. Man, that could just, man, listen, I can't stand keto. You know, I just can't stand it. But the excess animal protein has been linked to diabetes. You know, it's been linked to kidney problems. You know, osteoporosis. It's been linked to bone problems. It's been linked to all of that. Been linked to all of that. Clocks in. What you say? One of the biggest things that has people losing themselves nowadays is family death and relationship breakups. I've seen it firsthand, man, for sure. You know, and like I say, man, the longer we live, the more people you gonna lose. You know, and it's rough, man. It's rough losing a family member, man. You know, I've lost plenty. It's rough, you know, but at the end of the day, like I said, I focus on things I can control. I can't control people living and dying. You know, I can't control that, fam. You know, so that's where my mind is at. Like, I can't control it. You know, people gonna die around me. That's just what's gonna happen. I can't control. I can't keep people alive around me. I can't do that. That's out of my control. The only thing that I can control is doing certain things to see to it that I live a long life. Of course, tragic things can happen to anybody. But as far as like my health and stuff like that, I control that. I can't control anybody else's health. You know, so I focus on the things I can control. Like, literally, that's how I do it. Things outside of me, I cannot control. I can't control what happens to other people, man. I cannot do it. You know, so at the end of the day, that's how I move, man. I focus on the things I can control. I can control what I do, how I move. You know, I strive to move as healthy as possible, as safe as possible. I can control that. I can't control somebody else choosing to move ignorantly. You know, I can't control somebody else choosing to put poison in a system. I can't control that. Can't control it. So I don't even invest too much energy into that because I can't control it. You know, so when I see people walking down a destructive path, I'm like, well, there they go. Man, Moni, I'm trying to tell you, like, for the life of me, this is why, because I've seen, so this is what I can't stand. When people get hit with these ailments, and I'm talking about it's to the point where the ailment is taking them out. And then it's like they'll come find somebody like me. And then they'll be like, man, I'm trying to go vegan. Or I need to do the juice and all the smoothies, things like that. You know, and then you'll put them on game, give them some herbs, and it'll be like a month in, and they be like, man, this stuff is not working. Fam, when your body is battling a major disease, a chronic disease, fam, you're not gonna be able to just take herbs and juice fast for a month and expect for your body to reverse it that fast. It takes time, fam. It takes time. Give it time. Don't tell me, oh, this vegan, it ain't working because you did it for a month and you ain't noticed any type of change. Man, it takes time, and it took you 45 years to for your body to manifest this cancer or this diabetes. You're gonna give your body a month to reverse itself or heal itself. That don't make any sense. Don't do that. But a lot of people only want to run to the vegan lifestyle, or they want to run to the alkaline lifestyle when I ain't gonna say when it's too late, but man, they want to run to it, man, when the circumstances are ridiculous. And then when they not dramatically changed overnight, then they want to say it don't work. Yeah, it's not gonna work that fast, man. Like, for real, that's just how it go. That's how it go, man. So don't come at me telling me my life, oh, yo, vegan is, it ain't this, that, and the third. It ain't all it's cracked up to be. Man, it is when you take preventative measures, man. Like, yes, it can reverse a lot of these conditions, but like I said, man, the environment, your circumstances, the condition has to be perfect. Man, you got to have a certain level of sunlight. Like, I'm telling you, man, everything got to be lining up for you to reverse some of these ailments. Man, you got to be in a peaceful environment. You got to have access to sunlight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be out in the sun. You got to have a peaceful environment, man. Your stress got to be at a minimum, fam, for you to reverse some of these conditions. The food plays a part, but it only plays a part. It's not 100%. You know, the food, your diet, as they call, I hate that word, your nutrition, I should say. Man, that's like 30 to 40%. You know, we got another 60 to 70% that we got to account for. You got to get proper sleep. You got to get proper rest on top of eating right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got to get the sunlight. You got to be outside. You got to deal with nature, fam. You got to limit your interaction with certain people, fam. You got to be around certain air quality. You know what I'm saying? Like, your water got to be of a certain level. Man, it's a lot that goes into reversing the condition. It's a lot. So again, man, you could eat right and you could still die. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just 30 to 40% of the case. Now, you got plenty of cases where you can eat right and you reverse it, man. But for the most part, man, it's a lot of it's why it's called holistic health. You know, it's holistic for a reason, fam. It's a whole entire lifestyle that you must adhere to in order for you to prevent and or reverse these conditions. Hey, on the spot, there we go. Hey, the universe is your gym. You know what I'm saying? The universe is your gym. Like, forget all of that. The universe is your gym. You could get it in anywhere. So the whole entire world, the universe is your gym. Wherever you at right now, you can do some form of exercising. So, man, wherever you go, there's your gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you got to look at it. Wherever you go, there's your gym. Man, this room right here, I can get down here, do some push-ups, sit-ups, crunches. I can do all that. I can plank. I can do all that right here. You know what I'm saying? So the universe is my gym. You can exercise anywhere. As long as you got space, you can exercise. You know what I'm saying? So for sure. Jeff, Judah Son, peace, what's happening? Prescott, peace, what's happening? Successful MD, what's happening? Chaos, peace, what's the word? Oh, Devin, you already know. I lead by example. I never push veganism on any of my clients. I only build on it when people ask me. But I'm telling people, man, you got use your resource, man. People got physical access to me. I'm like, you better use me. Use me. For real. Uncle Stu, peace, peace. Appreciate the donation for sure. I'll tap in, let her know. But for real, man, that's why I get big. That's why I get not excited. I get even frustrated, man, but I just get serious when there's people around me making bad choices. I'm like, especially when we just keep losing folk. You know, so when I'm like, man, we just keep losing family members, the remaining family member, when I'm looking at them like, man, why y'all still making bad choices? You know, if we keep losing family members, man, and you decide you continuing to make bad choices, like, dude, what are you doing? Like, we not trying to lose any more, fam. We should all learn from losing certain family members, man. Like I said, born tragic circumstances, you know, a car accident, just something tragic happening. Man, we should be learning. Be like, man, I should go ahead and take your health seriously. Man, we done lost 3 or 4 cousins, man, to some health related situations. I think I need to take my health seriously so we won't lose any more. For the life of me, I don't understand why people don't look at it like that. Be about peace. Peace, what's happening? Man, listen, an ounce of prevention equals a ton of of cures. You know what I'm saying? Preventative measures is the best way to go about it. For real. It's better to prevent than try to reverse. Because there really ain't no guarantees when it comes to reversing. Like I said, especially considering the world that we live in, man, there's no guarantee, man. So it's better to take preventative measures. The sooner you begin, the better. Kenyatta, peace, what's happening? Chaos, yeah, high protein is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous, man. That is a very dangerous lifestyle, fam. And it's not sustainable long term. The body does not need the amount of protein that they got people thinking that it needs. It just doesn't need that much, man. Like, we ODing on protein instead of ODing on fruits and vegetables. Make any sense? The healthiest foods on the planet, we not ODing on that. We ODing on the meat. That is not the healthiest food on the planet, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the healthiest food on the planet. But we ODing on that though. Javon, what you striving to reverse? Akuma, peace, what's happening? Peace to everybody. Dayson, well, peace to everybody that's tapped in. But for real, man, you can't, man, like any form of meat can't come close to the fruit and vegetable kingdom as far as benefits, man. So if you gonna OD on anything, OD on them fruits and them vegetables. For real. You know, your plate should be predominantly green. You know, when you sitting down eating a meal, man, that meal should be predominantly green, fam. You should be them fruits and them veggies, man, should be taking over your life. They say, man, but listen, about 7 to 9 servings of them a day. How many people are getting that? Not many. Not many people are living that type of life. Not many people. We can guarantee that. You know, they go from 5 to 9, from 7 to 9 in regards to the servings of fruits and vegetables. Man, most Americans are not getting 5 to 9 or 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. And then if we are getting it, or we cutting it close, then we getting our servings of vegetables, we get it in cooked form. So we didn't deplete it, the vegetable, because we didn't overcooked it. You know what I'm saying? So if we are getting 5 to 9 servings, we didn't overcook the vegetables. So to where we didn't depleted the vegetables of all its benefits, of all its nutrients. We not getting it in this raw state, in this raw form. For the most part, that's how we doing it. We overcooking the vegetables. Now we can eat the fruit. The fruit, we don't have a problem with eating the fruit in its raw form. You know, we ain't got to cook the fruit. But the vegetables, man, not too many people are consuming the vegetables raw. We overcooking the vegetables, and we putting all this seasoning on the vegetable. We doing a bunch of nonsense to the vegetable, depleting it of its nutrients. David, Eugene, peace, what's happening? MC, what's happening? Jordan, 100%. And it ain't even more protein. That's the issue. It's the quality of the protein. You know what I'm saying? It's the quality. It's the quality for sure. Devin, what you say? Since I'm vegan, it's like everyone is a health expert about me getting protein. I tell them people don't get sick and die from a protein deficiency. They get sick and die from a fiber deficiency. Oh yeah, everybody, man, listen. I say this all the time. I say this all the time. I didn't know I was surrounded by a bunch of nutritionists, dietitians, and things like that until I became vegan. That's when I realized that everybody around me was a dietitian, a nutritionist. I ain't realize it. I ain't realize I had all of that in my cipher until I decided to become a vegan. Then everybody became an expert all of a sudden. We got plenty of other deficiencies that be taking us out the game other than protein, which would be an amino acids, really. But we got other deficiencies that we got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? From the fiber, because most of the American population is constipated, fam. Vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? We especially black folks, we typically deficient in vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? So B12. Fam, a lot of us have terrible digestive systems. You know, so when your digestive system is trash, your B12 is not getting properly absorbed. You know, so we got to worry about the vitamin B12 deficiencies. Man, we got all type of deficiencies. A lot of people that I know that's deficient in iron, they not vegans. They eat meat. So that's the irony. When you a vegan, they be thinking that you about to be deficient in iron. Man, most of the people I know that's taking iron pills, they eat meat, and they've been eating meat in their entire lives. Because it's like I said, I have spoken on this on plenty of streams before that. You know, you got to have other vitamins in order for certain minerals to be properly absorbed. You know, vitamin C is something that you need for that iron. You know, so you might be deficient in iron simply because you're not consuming enough vitamin C. I'm telling you, I see what people eat on a day-to-day basis. Man, we're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. So we pretty much deficient in everything that comes with fruits and vegetables, man, from the vitamin C's, you know what I'm saying, to the magnesium. We probably, you know, you're not getting enough of that in, man. People don't eat enough plants, man. Now you ain't getting your magnesium. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting that, man. You're not getting it. But man, I can tell you, if somebody go tell me the last time you saw somebody pass because of a protein deficiency. Listen, if you eating enough calories, no matter which way you decide to eat, you getting enough protein. That's 100% fact. The only way somebody be protein deficient is if they are literally starving themselves. You got to be intentional about that. You got to be intentional about that, fam. Oh, Dwayne, man, hey, listen. Yeah, that mug be looking like a pasta, fam. Like people take a salad and you don't even see the green. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be crazy. It'd be looking like some Alfredo pasta. Like, man, where are the greens at? You know what I'm saying? You oversaturated this salad with this dressing and this chicken and all this other stuff, man. Like, dude, eat the greens, fam. Javon, oh man, hey, that condition right there, man. If you do some fasting and you go raw vegan, man, that'll reverse that. That raw vegan lifestyle along with some fasting, fam, and get you some sunlight, proper rest, man, you will reverse that for sure. You know, but for real, I be seeing people, I be looking at folks and they tell me, man, I had a salad, and I say, what was in that salad? Man, that salad had everything but greens in it. What they call a pasta salad. Like, I'm like, dude, you might as well just ate the pasta. Fam, like, it ain't no greens in that. Get your greens up, man. Eat them greens. That's why I make these, I put them greens in these smoothies. I'm getting these greens in. If I ain't gonna do, I'm gonna get these greens in, fam. I'm gonna get them greens in. Javon, hey, get the fiber up. Greens. Yeah, the more greens you eat, the less problems you're gonna have with constipation. And look psyllium husk. That also has a decent amount of fiber in it. You know, chia seeds, great amount of fiber in them. You know, but get your greens in though. That's gonna solve the problem with some psyllium husk and chia seeds. You be good to roll. You will be good to roll. You know, steel cut oats. You know, I be putting steel cut oats in my smoothies. That's a decent source of fiber. Man, my joints be fiber heavy, fam. Good. You know, greens, steel cut oats, psyllium husk, chia seeds. Man, you rolling. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, the rain, it'd be ridiculous. I'm like, fam, what is the point? You defeating the whole purpose of the salad when you do that. The whole purpose of the salad has been defeated. When you drown that joint in ranch, for one, look at the ingredient, look at the back of your ranch, look at that joint. The next time you drown it in the ranch, look at it. And look at them ingredients. Just look at it. Look at it before you just drown it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. You got to find a way to get them vegetables in raw without drowning that joint, oversaturating it with ranch and a bunch of other nonsense. Dwayne, I'm trying to tell bacon in the salad. Like you putting swine in the salad. You know, everybody needs to stop eating that swine though. For real. Like I said, if you don't stop eating anything else, two things that can save your life. I'll let you have your meat. But stop eating the swine and man, that dairy, but that dairy can be a problem. Big problems, especially when you overdo it. Hey, raw content, hey, get that smoothie machine, get your smoothie game up. Let's get it. Mona, you said I've been juicing every week. Beets, celery, carrots, red kale. Oh yeah, let's get it. You know, hey, and celery, that's good because that's what they call, it has the insoluble fiber. That's good for pulling toxins out of the system and heavy metals. You know what I'm saying? So hey, if you know you got some heavy metals within you, because you know we done been poisoned out here, and if you just trying to pull some toxins out of your system, that insoluble fiber is the best right there. And celery is a great source of that. You know, so eat you a ton of celery, man. That helps pull toxins out of the body. And that helps pull like the heavy metals out the body. So get you some celery. Juice you some celery, put some celery in the smoothie. Pull them toxins out of the body. Celery is good for that. Zaru, I would say oat milk and hemp milk. Your cashew milk is pretty good. And this is, you know, a lot of times this is some of the, when they talk about estrogen, man, it's I'm gonna do a video on that. You know, it's some stuff that they missing out on it. It's not some of the stuff, like now some of it is trash with the estrogen, but some of the plant-based foods has what they call plant estrogen. And that estrogen doesn't directly affect us negatively. You know, so it's a lot of myths with estrogen in certain foods and certain products. you know. But man, I do a video on that. But man, hemp milk is golden. Oat milk is good too, especially certain brands because they have B12 and vitamin D in them. Oh yeah, hey, Dayson, man, the pig is foul, fam. You know what I'm saying? Pig is foul. Raw content, yeah, man. Lay off of that. Lay off of the cheese. Savetta, you say instead of milk and smoothies, what you recommend? Hey, water. It don't get better than water. You know, water or get you like some lime juice or something like that. Some people use like coconut water. That's also good because it has electrolytes. You know, but like lime juice, the coconut water, or just regular water will be just fine. But a lot of people like coconut water, you know, electrolytes and things like that. You know, it has nutrients, you know, or like some lime juice, lemon juice, something like that. Yeah, Zaria, that oat milk is nutritious. You know, I'm trying to get my nutrients in. So I'm looking at things, I'm seeing, all right, B12, vitamin D. It's hard to get there from other food sources. So let me go ahead and incorporate that. So I'll be like you say, eat to live, man. I'm striving to get my nutrients. You know, in that hemp milk, you know, if you have an omega-3 problem, like I do enough hemp seeds, so I'm good. But hemp milk don't taste the best, but when you put it in smoothies with certain fruits, it's all good. But yeah, that oat milk is heavy. Hey, David Forbes, get you some peppermint oil. Get you some peppermint oil for sure. But they say steam that peppermint oil. You know what I'm saying? Inhale that joint. That helps with all that. You know, that peppermint oil, and man, hey, get you some ginger, you know, garlic, all that type of good stuff. Primarily ginger. So start making you some juices or some smoothies and use ginger in that joint. So get you some raw fruits, raw veggies, get you some ginger, make you some juices, make you some smoothies, get you some peppermint oil. You know what I'm saying? Steam it up, put it in some water, steam it up, inhale it a little bit. That's gonna knock all of that out. Oh, Devin, man, I drink 2 smoothies a day. How just boy help your digestive system humongous, yeah, like just big time. Oh, Lindell, yeah, we not for the most part, especially black folks, we not designed to digest cow's milk. We don't have the enzyme. We don't have the enzyme that's needed to digest it and break it down. So we shouldn't be consuming it. That's why like 70 to 80% of us are lactose intolerant, but we just ignore it. And I know plenty of people, I got plenty of people be like, man, I know I ain't supposed every time I eat the ice cream or drink the milk, my stomach hurt. They do it anyway because we addicted because of the additives and the chemicals that they putting in all the dairy products. You know, but we don't have it for the most part. Most of us don't have the enzymes that's required to break down the dairy products. You know what I'm saying? So we shouldn't be consuming it anyway, which lets you know something. So Veta, man, I'm trying, man. I already know. Man, shout out to the I need to get to Jamaica, man. I need to get to Jamaica for sure. For real. All around show peace. What's happening? They sign you. No, I haven't did one yet. You know, I probably will eventually, but I haven't did one yet. Like I said, man, I done made everything a lifestyle change, man. So my body is always cleansing itself. My body is always cleansing itself, man. Like for real. From the foods that I eat on a consistent basis, man. My body stays cleansing itself. Like for real. You know, if you if you drink the amount of smoothies that I drink, if you eat the amount of greens and stuff like that, you know what I mean, man. My body is constantly cleansing itself, man. It's just a good feeling. It's a good feeling, man. You always feeling light. You always feeling like you have energy and things like that. You know, you're not sluggish. And that's another problem that we tend to have that's pretty common. People just sluggish, man. They lack energy. You go plant-based, you do it the right way, man. You ain't got to worry about that. You're gonna have plenty of energy. You're gonna be able to run circles around folks. Like you're gonna be sharp mentally. You're gonna be able to focus and concentrate better than anybody around you. Like it's a lot of benefits, man. A lot of benefits, just a lot of benefits that come with going plant-based, man. But like the mental sharpness, you know, the way you can just focus and concentrate when you change the way that you eat, man. That's something that's slept on. You know, when you want to get some work done, man, when you want to be productive, man, or efficient, I should say, man, start fasting. Like you got a test, you got a major test in the morning or something, you in school. Man, I used to do the opposite of what everybody else did. They trying to eat a heavy breakfast before they go take the test. I ain't eating anything. I'm in a fasted state. And I'm sharp. I'm remembering everything. You know, when you consume that heavy breakfast, man, your body got to break it down. So now all your energy is about to go towards breaking down all this food that you just ate. So now you don't have energy to really focus on this test. You know, so nah, when you need energy for something, don't eat a heavy meal. Don't do that. Nah, that's the best time to be in your fasted state when you need that mental energy. Like, man, I need mental energy, man. I gotta focus. And don't go eat a heavy meal. Like, nah, now all your energy is directed toward digesting and breaking down this food. You exhausted. You weighing yourself down mentally. Like, nah, man, I gotta focus. I gotta concentrate. I'm fasting. I need all my energy to go toward whatever it is that I need to focus on. That's what I do. David, yeah, the ginger powder is cool. You know, depending on, I use the ginger powder like the ground ginger. Yeah, ground ginger is cool. Get you some organic ground ginger. I use that. Put that joint in all my smoothies. Yeah, I put that joint in all the smoothies, you know. So I do the ground ginger, which is basically the ginger in powder form. You know, and that's what I put. That's what I put in my smoothies. Oh yeah, Kuma, man. That's how you gotta do. Like I tell people all the time, man, when you got something major that you know what I'm saying, that you gotta focus on and deal with mentally, it's best to deal with it in a faster state. You will thank me later for that. Don't go eating heavy meals thinking you supplying yourself with energy. Because for the most part, you're gonna put some trash in your system. And it's gonna cause you to be sluggish when you need to focus. You know, but the lack of energy, man, that's a common problem that we have in society, man. People do not be having energy. And it's like, man, that's when you gotta step up and increase your intake of them fruits and them veggies. On top of getting proper rest and things like that. But it's people that get proper rest and they still be lethargic, still be lacking energy. It's what you put in your system. If you're not putting life inside of you, then you're gonna lack the energy, man. You're gonna lack energy, you're gonna lack life. Man, Devin, I'm trying to tell you, you know, I don't even get that. I don't get the most sleep, but studies indicate the healthier you are, the less sleep you actually need. We really need like that 8 hours or that 9 hours. You really only need that when you out here consuming overly toxic foods, because that's the amount of time it's gonna take for your body to really process everything. You know, when you eating clean, your body ain't got to do that much work to break down what you consuming. So you don't need to be sleep. You don't need to sleep that much. I mean, that long. You know, you can go 5-6 hours and be good. You know, but when you consuming highly processed and toxic foods, that's why you need 8 hours and 9 hours of sleep a day. You know, because your body got to process that processed food. When you eating clean, everybody like, man, we ain't gotta do nothing. So we good. Dominique, any fruit and vegetable you could think of, man. Like all the fruits and vegetables, man. But now get your bananas, oranges, mangoes, papayas, pineapples, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries. You know what I'm saying? All elderberry, all of these things, spinach, kale, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, collard greens, you name it, carrots, watercress, celery, arugula, you know what I mean? Hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, blackstrap molasses for the iron, brewer's yeast. Get steel cut oats. I do a lot of those. Wheat germ. Look up wheat germ. That's pretty nutritious. Like start here. Then of course you could do your lentils, your split peas, the kidney beans, the black beans, the chickpeas, the quinoa. You know what I'm saying? Like you could do. I say keep the brown rice to a minimum because of the arsenic. You know what I'm saying? You run the risk of, you know, too much arsenic. But you got wild rice and things like that you can consume. Oh yeah, that man. Yeah, ginger is good for yeah, for like dental issues and toothaches and things like that. And garlic, for real. Javon, you say what's the cash out? Hold up. We can put it on the screen. There it is right there. I'll be about peace for show. Hey, when our ancestors said the universe is mental, they was right and exact. You know, that's where everything starts. The mental, you know, so that's why I don't even, when I'm chopping it up with a person for the first time, I don't even, like, I tap right into the mental. What is the mind state like? You know, because if the mind is not right, me telling them how to eat, me telling them how to work out, that don't even matter. You got to make sure you in a certain mind state, you know, first and foremost. Because hey, they say the universe is mental, man. Everything starts there. Everything starts within, you know. So I always tap into the mental state of a person first and foremost. So like, man, if the mental is not right, I'm not about to be coaching you and telling you what to eat. You know, you gotta get your mind right first. You know, you gotta meditate, man. You gotta, hey, clear the mind. Money, yeah, black seed oil is that deal. I ain't had black seed oil in a minute though, but black seed oil is that deal for sure. I used to be on that heavy way back in the day. I just fell off, man, because there's so many so many different herbs and oils and stuff like that, man. I just be forgetting some, you know. But yeah, nah, the black seed oil is right and exact. And you know, colloidal silver, you know, that's another thing to keep on deck to keep that immune system on point. Javon, appreciate that cash out for sure. But yeah, black seed oil is on point. You know, the sea moss then got a little wishy-washy, you know, they didn't infiltrated the sea moss market. So nowadays you don't know what you're getting when you get some sea moss, you know, so you you know, it's a lot of knockoff sea moss out here, you know, so you gotta watch the sea moss that you get, you know, but for the most part, sea moss is beneficial. Turmeric, man, turmeric mixed with a little black pepper, don't get better than that. You can get that in capsule form. You know, but that turmeric, man, turmeric is highly beneficial, anti-inflammatory. You know what I'm saying? So that fights that inflammation. And a lot of it, if you consuming toxic foods and acidic foods, then you got some inflammation. You know what I'm saying? You got some inflammation. You need to be consuming that turmeric and that black pepper. Like I said, you can get the capsule form of that. Take that on the daily. Take that on the daily. You know, we got a lot of practitioners from the East that tell you it's only one form of disease. They got different, whether it's inflammation, whether it's mucus, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, the acid, whatever the case may be. Basically, the cause of disease is imbalance. There's an imbalance, you know, and you got to center the body. You got to bring the body back to balance. You know, at the end of the day, that's the cause of dis-ease. You know, when you have a dis-ease, the body is out of whack. That's literally what it is. And you got to strive to get the body back in balance, back to the center. That's what holistic health is all about. You know, and holistic means, listen, you got to eat the foods, you got to take the herbs, you got to exercise, you got to get the sunlight, you got to get the proper amount of rest that you need. You got to socialize with the right people. That's what holistic health is. You got to meditate, you got to journal. You know what I'm saying? Like, in regards to what this stream is about, you got to learn how to accept people walking out of your life. You got to learn how to accept people passing on. You got to accept these things. You cannot let these things, you can't try to suppress your emotions when it comes to these things, because that destroys you over time. You know, it's almost like taking a painkiller. That's what we try to do to things that happen to us in life. Don't suppress that, fam. Don't do that. Don't do it. Yeah, Moni, that black, you just not reminded me, man, but you brought that back to the surface. I gotta give me some black seed oil. You know, and then like oil pulling, you know, taking sesame oil or coconut oil every morning, swishing it in the mouth for like 10-15 minutes. That's something a lot of people ain't hip to. You know, get you some coconut oil or some sesame oil, man, swish it in the mouth for about 10-15 minutes in the morning while you getting ready to start your day, or whenever you start your day. 10-15 minutes, swish that oil in the mouth. You know, that's getting rid of all type of bacteria and things that can cause problems in the oral area, you know. So get you some coconut oil, some sesame oil, swish it in the mouth. First, you're supposed to scrape the tongue, you know, and then floss, and then take the oil and swish it, you know, 10-15 minutes. Now, when you spit the oil out, spit it out in the trash can. You don't want to spit it out in the sink or like the shower, man. That can clog the drains, you know. But oil pulling, man, like little stuff like that, man, this is holistic health. It's holistic health, things we need to be doing to take care of ourselves. Be about peace for sure. Man, like where my peoples grew up in the country, man, they were surrounded by health, but they associated that with poor living. Yeah, they associated that with poor living, fam. When you picking fruits off the trees, somewhere down the line, we associated that with poor living or living poorly. You know, and we associated being wealthy with being able to afford fast food and eat meat every day. And you get rich man's disease and things like that, which is, you know, the diabetes and all of that, man. That's what they call the rich man's disease, king's disease. You know, but instead, hey, if we eat like the poor folks, like some of our parents and grandparents grew up, we'd be good. That's why some of them lasted long, even though they might be eating trash now. They went so long eating those plant-based foods, the pot of beans, and that's all they got to eat for the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they picking the fruits off of the trees. Like some of our parents was growing up like that, and they didn't even realize how healthy they was eating. None peace, what's happening? Didn't even realize how healthy they were eating. I be talking to my parents about that all the time, man. I'm like, man, y'all was living healthier back in the day, and y'all thought y'all was poor. Little did y'all know. Little did y'all know y'all was doing very well. Y'all was doing very well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was doing great. But y'all, man, with that being said, man, I got to make my way up to this gym, man. I got to finish off my day. I got a few more people to train. So I appreciate y'all tapping in with the kid on this wonderful Monday. Y'all could have been doing anything else, but y'all decided to tap in with the kid. Hopefully y'all took some jewels away from this build, you know. So I'm going to try to tap in with y'all. I'm going to try to tap in with y'all a lot this week, man. I'm going to try to push out some content this week, man. Elevate the minds, you know. So I appreciate y'all. I'm going to let y'all get back to enjoying y'all Monday. I'm out. Y'all be easy and y'all be healthy out here. Peace.